Mabuhay Manila, this is Shadel from ManilaShaker.com, and we're here at Alabang Town Center, Muntinlupa. We really wonder how would Realme GT Master Edition's camera perform in the street, outside, here. We will try its latest street photography mode and other stuff as well. So I hope you stay at the end of the video to check out all of its features. So let's begin. The Realme GT Master Edition is a unique smartphone with excellent features to up your mobile photography skills. It also has a new suitcase design in vegan leather textured back, designed by the famous Japanese industrial designer Naoto Fukusawa. You probably heard him from his works on the Realme 6i, Realme X, and other Master Edition Realme smartphones. The Realme GT Master Edition truly has a stunning design, plus it has a better grip. But the real deal here is the quality of its 64-megapixel OmniVision primary shooter. We took a walk until we reached the festival and landmark to capture every view along the way. In its latest street photography mode, with a classic Kodak film filter, we captured different vibes. But a quick introduction to this mode, it has fast zooming with different levels of zooms including ultra-wide, main cam, 2x and 5x. And the great thing here is that it is labeled in millimeter, which is quite helpful, and haptic feedback adds feel to it. You can also shoot in RAW, which will enable much wider data to edit in post, and it has manual focus as well as instant focus to capture the brief moments. These are all in the new Street Photography Mode feature on the camera app. The vibe of becoming a street photographer is now on the Realme GT Master Edition. The company said that Street Photography Mode is fast and real, and yes, we felt the speed when shooting outdoors. The new filters are great. It has straight, black and white, dramatic, and more. These filters add a vibe to the scene to make it look filmy. The street filter gives a deeper contrast and blacks, and as you can see, it adds more details to the images. The highlights are calm, and the sharpness is visible even when compressed to 16 megapixel by the quad Bayer. Talking about the colors of the street filter, it is true to life with calm colors. Exposure balance is excellent, and the level of details is impressive with no visible noise and grains. We also like the B&W Plus Filter. It certainly adds drama to the scene. The blacks are intentionally deep, and we like how it gives depth to the photo. It is balanced and detailed, and this is because of the different shades of blacks and white. B&W Plus is also a great filter at night. Blacks are deep, so the viewers will instantly focus on the subjects with lights. And that's a great way to tell a story. The dramatic filter, on the other hand, is also great as it adds a warmer vibe to the photo while the contrast is still profound. It is actually not in a yellowish filter as the colors are still preserved, and we like how lonely and moody it is. All of these filters give the feeling of the film camera, which is quite reminiscent. Now, like we said earlier, Street Photography Mode features different zooming. The 50mm is the best zoom option for me as it captures more focused zoom-in images. And it is great to emphasize the story in just a click. Flexibility is what Realme GT Master Edition has, and shooting ultra-wide gives the widest field of view as possible while maintaining subtle distortions. Heading to its nighttime shots, we know that shooting at night is different compared to daylight as there are limited light sources. The sensor might capture dark images, but we saw an improvement in the overall exposure and sharpness with its Pro Nightscape Mode. The blacks don't look soft and noisy, highlights are toned down, and the white balance was already fixed. Take note that it is also a handheld shot, and it doesn't introduce blurriness because of the DIS, or the Dynamic Image Snapshot, an underlying technology that enables you to capture sharp photos even when your hands are shaking, and it's on the Realme GT Master Edition. And we felt that at night as the shutter is very slow to compensate to the exposure triangle, but as you can see, most of the photos didn't introduce blurry images. And if blur happens, this is due to faster moving objects that even entry-level DSLR cameras will have a hard time doing. Dynamic image snapshot is also visible in the morning, as I am commuting home in this picture in a tricycle at a bumpy road and there are fast moving subjects, but even zooming at a max distance, I didn't get any blurry images. Indeed, it compensates for the shutter speed for fast moving subjects. Now inside the portrait mode, there are few great and helpful features for street photography. The main portrait mode looks natural and sharp with good color balance and exposure. Even at night, the skin tone is quite natural and clean. Other types of filters are the dynamic bokeh and neon portrait. Dynamic bokeh is great at daylight to capture motion blur while focusing on the subject, while the neon portrait is the thing at nighttime photography. The neon portrait will capture a more bokeh-licious photo with the right highlights, giving them a more natural feeling. The dynamic bokeh is somehow a gimmicky feature, but it has excellent quality as well. Now let's talk about raw photos. You can edit the raw files through color correction software like Adobe Lightroom, and shooting in RAW is very helpful in a situation where it captures unbalanced photos. It's a better choice if you want the filter. At the same time, you have the raw file to edit the unfiltered picture. You can lift the shadows or lower highlights in raw files to show additional details without breaking the image quality. Details are still preserved, and it is an excellent feature on all cameras. The file size, however, is relatively more extensive compared to the compressed JPG, and each DNG file size is equivalent to 31 megabytes. You need to be aware of your storage capacity, but then the details that it can give are impressive. Take note that when shooting in RAW, you cannot zoom in or use other lenses. That's the limitation when shooting on the phone. Still, being a mobile photographer is something many of you want when using a phone with a great set of camera specs and features, as you can do a lot more. Here, take a look at some photos we enhanced using the DNG files. Overall, the Realme GT Master Edition price starts at 18,990 pesos. It is a great value for money and a great mobile street photography companion thanks to the street mode, street filters, and fast shooting capability. We pulled out the photo walk and street walk, and our model did great. The shots didn't introduce blurry images, and I can say that even on busy streets, Realme GT Master Edition performs well enough as things should be. And that's how the Realme GT Master Edition capture using its camera functions and their latest street photography mode. So what do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section below your opinion and thoughts about this device. That's it. That's all. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and don't forget to visit manilashaker.com for more tech news, reviews, and comparison of the latest device. Once again, this is Shadelen. Mabuhay, Manila.